YouTube isn't hard, it's just misunderstood. And look, I'm 46 and I'm a real estate agent. And a few years ago, I thought YouTube was kind of like a mystery platform that only the 20 somethings could really figure out. But I was completely wrong. And, once I understood how it worked, truly understood the platform, I built the #1 real estate channel in the entire Dallas area. And I've used it to now make over $1 million a year on average just in commissions. And so whether you're a business owner who has been thinking about YouTube but never started, or an entrepreneur who tried YouTube and got frustrated, or someone who thinks they're too old to get started on YouTube, this video has everything that you need to know. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what YouTube is. You'll also know why most people are using it all wrong, and you'll learn a pretty simple 4-step system that has built my multi-million-dollar business. All right, now before we get into the 4-step system, we need to talk about what mistakes you need to avoid first, because if you don't understand what you're doing wrong, the system won't work. So I want to start with the biggest one. And most people think that YouTube is just a kind of like this mysterious platform where you have to play the algorithm just right to get a video to go viral. And then, oh, that's all I need to do. And then the channel will explode and your business grows faster than you could ever imagine. But that's really not the case. YouTube is really more like a media matching platform. So Todd Beaupre works at YouTube. He's the senior director of growth and discovery. And he said that the algorithm doesn't pay attention to videos. It pays attention to viewers. I think that's pretty profound. And just think about that for a second. YouTube's job is connecting your video with people who need it. It's about matching content with the right viewers. YouTube doesn't push your video to anybody. It pulls the right video to the right viewer. So it's not about playing the algorithm. It's about creating content that is best served to the exact audience that you want to attract. And that will be probably centered around the business and the problems that your business can solve. But I want to give you some real estate examples from my own business of how this worked. And instead of trying to create content for everyone and go viral, I purposely created videos that get less views than entertainment channels. And I focus on answering the questions of my ideal buyers and sellers, right? Now, for example, my best places to move in Dallas, that gets matched up with people who are moving to Dallas. And the algorithm will serve my videos to people with real buying intent, not just random viewers who are kind of like browsing around. And this is what actually creates good leads, not just views. And so for any business, it's the same, right? Focus on solving your problems in your industry and talk about your customers' pain points. Give consistent value in your area of your work and let YouTube match your content with the people who are searching for those answers. And that kind of brings us to something that surprised me whenever I figured this out. And this is what nobody tells you about going viral. It can be possibly one of the worst things that could happen to your business. And so I want to explain why, which is, a lot of people will just chase broad, generic content and looking for that huge reach. So they'll look at trending topics or they're focused on content that's outside of their area, clickbait titles, that could bring in the wrong audience. And this is what most people think success looks like, is like just getting a lot of views on a video. But that's actually a little bit backwards, right? Quality over quantity. Now, here's a side note to that as well, is that in the beginning, I do believe you need quantity over quality, because when you start out, your quality is not likely going to be that great. You're going to suck on camera, right? You're going to mess it up. You're probably not going to have the best audio and visual and recording capabilities that you will have down the road. But the more repetitions you put in, the faster you'll get there to becoming better. But as you get better, it's quality over quantity, right? I'd rather have 10,000 views from people who might buy homes in Dallas than 100,000 views from random people looking for entertainment, right? So going deep in your area means becoming the person for your specific audience. Good leads over a lot of views every single time, right? Focus on the business results, not just vanity metrics. And videos with only 5,000 views have made me over $50,000 in commissions. Steady 2,000 to 3,000 views from my target market equals, 50, 70, 80 leads a month. The algorithm rewards me staying in my lane and serving up content to the people that are looking for it. But here's how this works really for any business. I mean, you want to pick your specific part of the market. Don't try to serve everyone. Really go deep, not wide. Become known for one thing first. I mean, this is step one of the 4-step system I'm going to walk you through in a few minutes. So measure success by business results like revenue, good leads, new clients, versus just views. And then ask yourself, is my ideal client really going to find this valuable and not, will this get me a ton of views? One of my most profitable videos only got about 6,000 views, but those 6,000 people were really exactly the right people who were looking for that information. This is really kind of the interesting part, right? Because once you stop chasing viral views and start focusing on the right viewers, you face a different problem, which is one that burns out more entrepreneurs than anything else. And that's going to be like platform overwhelm, right? I mean, a lot of people I know try to post everywhere at once. This is something I recognized from the start, which is why I went all in on YouTube, because I didn't want to open up 5 different platforms. I was actually anti-social media whenever I got into the business in 2020. And I decided, I'm going to pick one platform. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to go deep, not wide across 5 different platforms. I didn't want to put up 20% effort across 5 different platforms. I said I want to put 100% effort into one platform, and then I decided it was YouTube. And so what happens now is like people that try to be everywhere, which that's a common mistake and something that people are told whenever they get into the business, especially real estate, is someone tells them you've got to be everywhere, open up every single platform, post on YouTube. Actually, YouTube, that's usually the last choice. They say post on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, and then you end up again putting 20% effort across 5 different platforms. And then you never even truly understand one in the first place. And so you get no views across 5 different platforms instead of focusing on one. But also all these other platforms are short form based, right? I mean, long form is where you get to actually show your knowledge and your expertise. And this is where people develop relationships with you, is by spending more time with you. On top of that, it's a search-friendly platform where people research big decisions. I mean, you get people with higher intent because they're looking for answers, not necessarily for entertainment. I mean, better results because longer watch times builds more trust, and that can lead to more sales. And the YouTube CEO, Neil Mohan, in a 2025 report, also said that TV is now the main device for YouTube in the US. People watched over 1 billion hours on TVs daily. So people are sitting on their couch or even laying in bed watching our videos. And our traffic alone in 2025 has been about 67% coming from TV. That is massive, right? We are like the new reality show of Dallas. And so while a new agent is like spreading themselves thin across 5 different platforms, like we're becoming the absolute authority on one platform. I mean, deep knowledge of the platform beats surface level work on many platforms, right? But before we get into the system that really kind of made all of this work, there's one more mistake that we need to cover. And this one might be the most dangerous because it feels like it should be true. And it's about what you think matters for success on YouTube. All right, now it's common for people to really kind of think like YouTube success is about having perfect lighting, expensive cameras, like Hollywood style level editing. I mean, they're looking at this really kind of wrong entirely. So, right. And by the way, for the first couple of years, I used simple equipment, and I still recommend that people get started with simple equipment. Actually, there's a link in the description if you want to see our Amazon approved equipment list. But this simple tripod and a microphone is all you need. I use this for the first 2 years of my business. I didn't have a videographer. I didn't use fancy stock footage or anything like that. I used my iPhone. And it wasn't until I got a bigger budget because I was making more money that I upgraded to a videographer. Yes, now I have kind of like this cool background, with nice lighting, but this is my home office. Like I love this environment. It's not just for the aesthetics of recording. I mean, it kind of looks cool, but nobody's ever said, hey, I love your office, therefore I have to buy a house from you, right? This is not what's going to attract the business. I was sharing this on a training call earlier today. There's this one tax professional that records everything against a white wall, and he gets hundreds of thousands and millions of views on every single video. Whereas like the same blue shirt, a tie, and has a white wall behind him. That's it. So you don't need anything really fancy. You don't need a fancy setup. You don't need this nice office. You don't need any of that, really. I mean, less than $50 of equipment, you can make videos And the cameras on these phones now are insane. They're more than enough. And a lot of you are not working with a big budget anyway. So, don't go crazy. Less than $50 for a tripod, a microphone, that's all you need. So if you're wondering what really drives results, you want to think about topic focus. Talking about the same type of problems all the time. You want to think about audience clarity. So knowing exactly who you're serving and what they need. You want to think about algorithm training, right? Teaching YouTube who your videos are for through being consistent, right? And value delivery as well. So solving real problems for people and what they have and not problems that you may think they have. All my content in Dallas is real estate focused. It's not real estate in general. A lot of the same keywords, using the same words so that the algorithm learns what I'm about. I'm talking about specific buyer and seller concerns in my market. I'm proving that I know this market better than anyone. And how this works for any business is pretty simple, right? You pick one problem you solve and make 50 different videos about it and use the same language so that the algorithm understands your topic. Train the algorithm by staying in your lane for months, not jumping around. Don't confuse the system with random topics outside of your area. And as I mentioned before, the algorithm pays attention to viewers, not videos. So being consistent trains it to know which viewers to send your content to. Now that you understand those 4 major mistakes, this is where everything kind of comes together. So I'm going to show you the exact system that I use, the one that took all of these lessons and turned them into a $7 million plus business just in the last couple of years. So all you got to do is master these 4 steps to become a lead machine for your business. Number 1, pick your lane. 1 target client. For me, that's people moving to Dallas. It's one main problem, finding the right area and the right agent. And that's really it. Nothing else. You want to drill into that audience as many ways you can. So for me, that looked like ranking the best and worst places to live, or covering the 5 best suburbs in Dallas, or comparing the north of Dallas to South Dallas, or even a video I made covering where I personally move if I've moved to Dallas again. So, again, I'm kind of attacking the same topics just in different ways. And for your business, you can do the same. So the narrower you go, the faster you grow. All right, step 2 is you kind of want to train the algorithm, right? Create 30 to 50 videos in the same topic. Minimum. Use the same keywords in titles and descriptions, target the same viewer for every single video. Let that algorithm learn who your content serves. And so for me, that was keywords like moving to Dallas or living in Dallas, Texas. And by the way, we have a tool in the description below. It's called channelstudio.ai, where you can research all of this information. But then that comes to step 3, which is focus on the business numbers, not vanity numbers, right? So lead quality over view counts, always. How many people buy over how many people subscribe? Money made over subscriber counts, right? So track how many viewers are clicking on your lead magnet versus subscribers. Now, normally these correlate, but once again, as I mentioned, if you are getting the wrong viewers, you could see a massive increase in subscribers, but nobody's actually clicking your link or buying your product or service. All right, so for me, that was just telling people to reach out. All of my information is below. Shoot me a text, send me an email, a simple call to action. You could also do a simple lead magnet like a moving to Dallas, Texas guide. Or if you're a plumber, like the ways to, how to easily winterize your house, or, steps to avoid leaky faucets, in the future, right? Financial services, you might, the top 10 ways to save on your taxes in the next year. So, things like that, right? A quick little guide that you could put together easily, like on a Google Doc, and you could probably put that in Canva, make it look pretty, or AI right now as well, and just turn it into a nice little giveaway. Have it as a download, and you have yourself a lead magnet. And then step 4 is to build your funnel, right? So YouTube CEO, again, Neil Mohan, in his last report, he said over 50% of channels making 5 figures or more do so from sources other than just ads on YouTube. So treat YouTube like a business so it can pay you like a business, because if you treat YouTube like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. So you want to direct people exactly where you want them to go. Have one main link, especially on your bio, which is clickable across all platforms. For us, we have them fill out a survey, and once they fill out that survey, they can book a call with us. That's our number 1 conversion source on our entire channel, is when they fill out the survey and book a Zoom call. And if they don't book a Zoom call and they just fill out the survey, that's our number 2 lead conversion source. And notice I say conversion, not lead source. It's the highest converting, which means we still get phone calls and texts and emails, but we know if they fill out a survey or even book a Zoom call, they have a much higher percentage of closing. So those are much better leads compared to just phone calls, text, or emails. But again, you could have a lead magnet designated specifically for your industry. You know, in real estate, that could be easy as a home buying guide, a home selling guide, a relocation guide, something like that. But with lead magnets, you got to be mindful of those. Sometimes people will just download those for the free gift. You know, their intent may not be as high, or they may not be ready to move sometime soon. So then you have to go into a nurture sequence. But we know that people that call, text, or email or book a Zoom call with us typically buy a home within 60 days. That's been our stats. You know, if they do one of those 4 lead sources, within 60 days on average, we get them under contract, which is pretty significant. But then also in your videos, make sure you tell them what you want them to do, to give you a call or to schedule a Zoom or to download your free guide, whatever the case may be. Tell people what you want them to do. Just like I said earlier, if you want to look up all the keywords and you know, that you need for your channel, do that with channelstudio.ai. And then also I had a call to action before that about Amazon equipment, right? Or I mean, approved equipment list. So you can check the Amazon equipment and get what you need for less than $50 to start your channel. But either way, we're getting them off a platform because when they're on YouTube, we have no idea who they are or where they exist. But whenever they download a guide or they give us a call or shoot us a text or fill out the survey, we capture their information. And again, that builds our database, which is key. That's really what these platforms are designed, is for you to build your list offline. But here's an interesting stat, right? Most YouTubers will earn about $2 to $12 per 1,000 views. So most people on average, every 1 million views will make about $5,000 through monetization and through YouTube showing ads on their channel. But with a business, you can do way more than those numbers. I mean, big time. In my first year in real estate on YouTube, I made over $1 million in commissions, you know, and I think I made about maybe $4,000 in ad revenue from the channel. So would you rather have $1 million or $4,000? Yeah, easy answer. And at that point, I had less than 5,000 subscribers. It's a main reason why we got featured in the book YouTube Secrets, the 2nd edition, is for that reason, is we were able to make over $1 million with less than 5,000 subscribers. And now we average over $1 million a year from YouTube in our real estate business for the last 5 years in a row. Look, whether you're in real estate like me or any other business, I mean, the rules are really exactly the same. It's not a social platform, it's a media matching platform. You don't need to go viral. You need to go deep on one platform, and that's YouTube. And although content quality does help as well, it's about topic precision and serving really your ideal client as best as possible. And if you're a business owner looking to turn YouTube into something that is actually profitable and helps you grow your business, and you don't want all the confusion around what to do and how to do it, then I highly encourage you to join our free challenge. It's coming up soon. We'll be live on Zoom. You can check the link in my bio or in the description below as well. Join us, and we'll walk you through how to do all of this using tools like Channel Studio to find everything you need, how to create thumbnails, your titles, your descriptions, how to film videos, really everything that you need. And so join our next live challenge if you want to be a part of that. And also check out this video I made on the 20 brutal truths that I learned about YouTube as a business owner myself. And we'll see you on the next video.